Hi, Ju.
This is ENE GSA Student of Month interview with Maxell, and I will let Maxell to introduce himself to everyone.
Okay, thank you, G1. Thank you for this opportunity to share through this Student of the Month project of ENEGSA. So, good day, everyone. I'm Maxell Lumbera. So, my first name is Maxell. My middle name is actually my mother's maiden name, and then Lumbera is my surname. I'm from the Philippines, and I'm a member of the Fall 2023 cohort. I'm working under Professor Kairia Mod Yusuf. My research interests are on engineering, faculty development, specifically on reflective practice and student-centered learning. What else? Right now, I'm on my pre-prelim phase of my own research. My dissertation is about understanding the interplay between pedagogical knowledge, beliefs, and emotions of Filipino engineering instructors in student-centered learning environments. So that's
Thank
it.
you for your introduction. I think in the introduction you mentioned several times about the Philippines. So
Yeah.
it relates to the second question. So what brought you to engineering education from civil engineering? I think this question will let you naturally introduce a little bit more about your previous experience because you now explain your current research. I think it's a good chance for you to explain your previous background as well.
Okay. Thanks, GY. So it may be a relatively long discussion about the transition from
For sure.
engineering education, from civil engineering to engineering education. Um, so I'm affiliated with the University of the Philippines Institute of Civil Engineering up to this point. So as we speak, I'm still a faculty member of that institute. So yes, my background is in civil engineering, meaning my bachelor's degree and master's degree are both in civil engineering. So I took them from the same institution. And yes, I am part of the academia for 11 years, I guess, before I joined Purdue in 2023. So,
That's still surprising me. Yeah, keep going, please.
right. I think the first time I talked to you about it, you said, really? So,
Yes.
where's this 11 years? Anyways, um, so being in the academe gave me a lot of experiences, I guess, where I recognized some limitations when it comes to how my undergraduate education trained me for the job. So as we know it, most of the engineering institutions that we know of um, actually are successful enough in providing us some training when it comes to the technical aspect of the discipline. But we also need to realize that some of the career path or career trajectory of some of our graduates are towards engineering education. So, and then reflecting back, I feel like my preparation to actually teach, I don't get much from my training in the undergraduate. Of course, the technical
Oh,
side, the technical knowledge is there, but really on how to navigate the classroom dynamics, we don't have much
I
uh,
see.
from my curriculum. And then uh, also within that 11 years, I've been exposed to a lot of admin positions, leadership positions. So
Mhm.
I want to pull back uh, our LPC leadership policy and what's the others? Let's see. And change course last spring where we're given, I mean, I myself is given this opportunity to look from the administrative side how
Okay.
to really run an engineering an engineering program, particularly in civil engineering. So
Mm.
back in 2020, when the world is busy navigating and facing the challenges of pandemic, I was assigned to be the deputy director for academic programs.
Mhm.
And that was the time when I realized that I really don't have the preparations, the skills to really understand the the academic side of things. I meant like as academic program head, so I'm assigned to look at the faculty development opportunities, especially on supporting our faculty members
Specifically in civil engineering
in
department?
civil, yes, in civil
Got it.
engineering, especially in implementing new strategies of teaching and learning,
Mhm.
since we are transitioning to not really online, not really synchronous, but remote teaching. So like you prepare the materials or I think we are more familiar with the asynchronous mode. So
Mhm.
that's our immediate response to the pandemic, to offer the courses that we are teaching in an asynchronous mode. So
Got it.
so it's really a challenge, um and also within those 11 years I've been exposed because I'm also active in our professional organization back in the
Mhm.
Philippines, the Philippine Institute of Civil Engineers.
Mhm.
So there are numerous talks, conferences, and seminars when sometimes I attend as a participant, sometimes I contribute as a speaker.
Mhm.
And I also learn from my co-speakers, and uh, back in 2018, one of the speakers talked about civil engineering education.
Mhm.
And forward to 2021, I realized that my professional organization recognized civil engineering education as one of the interspecialty fields under civil engineering,
That's
along with
interesting.
structural engineering, water resources engineering, and among others. So I realized that my profession is preparing our career to recognize civil engineering education along with other fields. So I took that chance to justify within the university why I need to pursue this PhD in engineering education. So
Got
it became easy for me to make to make that justification because outside the University of the Philippines,
it.
particularly the civil engineering program in the Philippines,
Mhm.
the recognition is already there.
Got it. So, it seems like the whole 11 years of experience in University of Philippines, first aspect that impact your decision to come to engineering education is your personal experience, like a transition from engineer to the educator. And the second is your position as a director, academic director that motivated you to learn a little bit in depth of pedagogical side. And
Mm-hmm.
third is a professional organization that you recognize changes in from civil engineering only perspective to a bit more multidisciplinary that involves education side. And it feels like it's so hard to explain everything in this limited time, but you did an amazing job. And that's that's a wonderful experience, and I think this is the one of the most interesting story that brought someone to engineering education. And I think so. The second question focus on your career, most current career side. So, what were your career goals in high school and college, and what's your goal after PhD?
Okay. So this is actually interesting. So we talk about civil engineering to engineering education
Mm-hmm.
transition. But if I may share, the idea of being a civil engineer comes to mind as early probably as I can remember, like maybe 5 years old when we are asked like,
Wow.
what do you want to do when you grow up? And the most straightforward answer for me is like this this person wearing a hard hat with a blueprint on the left or right hand, or basically
Oh.
the way um the way we describe an engineer that time.
Mm,
So that was a vivid memory um of my profession, like my dream profession that time.
got
And
it.
in high school,
Mm-hmm.
I was exposed through an elective to the world of accountancy.
Oh,
So from that,
sorry, could you repeat that
yeah,
word?
accountancy, accounting, I don't know
Oh,
how,
I see, I
yeah,
see.
accounting, yeah. So in high school, actually my direction is towards accountancy, towards accounting. And I dreamed of becoming a certified public accountant in the Philippines.
That's
Uh,
that I
yeah,
wasn't aware of.
you don't know this one. So this is a good conversation actually. So
Oh,
when I applied for my undergraduate for an undergraduate school, I always put accountancy as my or accounting as my primary choice,
oh
and
my
then
goodness.
followed civil engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Then most of the schools that I applied for, I got in this accounting course, except for the University of the Philippines. So this dilemma where is it your dream school or your dream course? And
I
then
see.
that time, so I decided, okay, I'll just pursue my dream university, my dream school, and then manage the transition later on, like to shift from one course to another. And besides, civil engineering is not like a totally quote unquote, I don't like this subject, but something that is near as a second choice. So I still pursue civil engineering in the University of the Philippines. And then after a year, I evaluated and I feel like looking at the curriculum of the accounting program, I thought like, okay, I have to lose all the mathematics, physics, and chemistry
Oh
courses
my goodness.
that I have barely survived during my first year, and I think
Oh, got it.
it's not worth it. So that's why I still pursue civil engineering, and I think I made that right decision actually because it's really something that is close to my heart. The profession in civil engineering, and within civil engineering, there are various fields. So I transition as well from being a water resources engineer, that's my master's program, to environmental engineering, which is also under civil engineering, at least in my institution. So my works before surround around water resources, where
Mhm.
I work as a drainage engineer in drafting a city drainage master plan project. This is before I came to Purdue. I also have opportunities um to uh to be an environmental engineer, particularly on monitoring surface water quality. And so after PhD, I feel like since I'm still attached with the University of the Philippines, so that's my ultimate goal,
Got it.
to go back to the Philippines to bring whatever experiences I gained from this 4 to 5 year program, depending
Mm-hmm.
the situation, and to really contribute to the ongoing development of engineering education across the country.
Mm.
So I can see the need, and to share a bit, I've been working and collaborating with few people within the University of the Philippines and within other universities across the country to start thinking about engineering education research.
Got
Some
it.
have been doing it. I recognize some of them who have been pioneered in the field, but
Mhm.
there are more works to do in recognizing what else can be done, can be studied, particularly in the context of Philippine engineering education.
Got it. The accountant is something that I really didn't expect, and I am glad that I asked this question because Nimota and Alpha said that in high school, someone let you this someone's recommended their majors and that's why they came here. But it
Mm,
feels like your experience is actually very similar to mine because I pursue my dream school instead of dream majors. And then
mm,
I ended up studying education to the PhD level, and you ended up spending 11 years as a civil engineering professor and pursued 2 degrees in civil engineering.
mm,
This is very interesting point. And so I will actually jump to the next question.
mm.
What do you like about the current PhD program? Like you mentioned a lot about your high school experience and then college and then professional experience, and I can feel what you like about those experiences. But I wonder, what do you like about the PhD program, specifically ENE at Purdue? Or in other words, what excites you the most about doing this program?
Okay. Maybe really the big answer would be this PhD programs allow me to, to fill in the gaps.
Mm,
The way I started searching for it. So I feel like it's a perfect match because ideally someone from um an institution like mine would probably do the traditional track of like traditional meaning to take a PhD in civil engineering
mm-hmm,
and do probably engineering education on the side. But
mm-hmm,
I realized I need to be intentional about it. What are my career goals? And
mm-hmm.
therefore, what is the most appropriate PhD program to align with that goal?
I
That's
see.
the big answer to that one. And the very specific ones, particularly for as a member of the School of Engineering Education,
Mm-hmm,
because the TN is a very welcoming community. From our fall 2023 cohort, I never experienced being an outsider from that cohort.
mm-hmm,
Of course, like most of us, I think, are international with few um few local
mm-hmm,
PhD students in that cohort.
mm-hmm,
And also I would like to recognize Dr. Perzer when
mm-hmm,
we are starting. So all our communication are through Loretta and Dr. Perzer. So they are very helpful as we navigate the program for the first time. To the
sure.
whole ENEGSA, especially my mentors, student mentors that time, Elizabeth and Lee,
Oh, I
Olivia,
see.
and now to my advisor and my research lab. So this idea of welcoming community, like it started with the cohort and it branches out and and expands across different networks. It is really the community that binds us together. So I may say that one. And then
Yeah.
second is this PhD program, the topic itself, the field itself
Mm-hmm,
is something new to me. So despite being new, I
mm-hmm,
can easily find quick answers to the concerns that I had
mm-hmm,
uh, with me before joining Purdy. So I say like these are quick answers because as you know, we need to explore more to
mm-hmm,
understand the applicability of what we are learning here,
mm-hmm,
the specific context that we have, like in my case, the Philippine context.
mm-hmm,
And I don't know, like every day for me going to Wang Hall is
mm-hmm.
an opportunity to grow and to learn. And there is this recognition that it's okay that we don't know everything.
Oh
Because
yeah, that's
that
a big
makes us
lesson for me
open,
too.
yeah, to explore and
Yeah.
for various spaces to work on, various people to work with, not only the faculty experts, but also those graduate students who we may not know but have the same interest and motivation to
Mm-hmm.
pursue a certain topic. Like in our case, I'm very grateful with you and Alpha. We didn't realize there's so much more back home that can be studied. So I'm grateful to have a chance to navigate our issues through our ASWE paper. for
Yeah.
6. So yeah.
So for more context, we took ENE 504 class together, and then we worked on several papers, and we submitted an abstract to ASWE 2026. And I think I think the community itself is very welcoming and caring to each
Mm,
other. And yeah, and I think my first impression came coming to ENE is that all of the professors are doing different research topic area.
yeah.
Like your advisor's topic is completely different from my advisor's topic and expertise, but they all seem to interact with each other very actively, and especially among graduate students, even though we are working on the different things, but we as a cohort um know what they're doing and what you are doing, what I am doing, and those kinds of conversation actually motivates me a lot as well. And this is very tricky question, and I hope that professors will excuse us. But what do you dislike about the PhD program, or other words, what stresses you the most about doing this PhD program?
Okay. How many minutes do I have? I have to think of no. Ah, I think like reflecting back. I
Mm,
mean, we are on the middle of our program, right?
yeah.
So I can speak about the 2 years that I have experienced so far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just a disclaimer, it's an overall good, excellent experience for me. But
But
when about something that we dislike, I think that is something personal, right? So we have like
Mhm,
varied answers on this. On my opinion,
mhm.
initially I disliked the bunch of courseworks that we are taking. But
I relate to that so
but
much.
we're taking all this coursework, because this is the first semester that I'm free of this coursework.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that I actually missed some of them. I mean, like the transition from full load with coursework to full load with research is something totally different. So we need to be supported on that one.
Mm,
And and I think the nature of the courseworks are varied, and therefore they are all making sense. Probably as we experience them, we try to find some way to motivate us to finish that course. But
yes.
towards the end, we see the connection, we see the importance. And I'm telling this as a co-author of a conference paper that I have written with Prof. Shanai and my advisor about
Mm,
ENE graduate programs. So we have reviewed all of these coursework for the Teaching and Learning Certificate Program, the Master's Program, and the PhD program. So,
oh,
so that's one. So that's one. And yeah, the path wasn't easy, but it became manageable and enjoyable because I think I think I am grateful for really with our cohort. Like we share the same sentiment, so we have a lot of conversations. We took these conversations to another level of like providing feedback to the
mm-hmm.
department, how or to the school on how this can be further improved. Like we recognize the importance of these individual elements of the program, but at the same time we think of like some ways on how to help the students really navigate this unfamiliar space.
Yeah, I think the fact that we had to take the same courses for almost an entire year
Mm,
was a little bit stressful because one is that the readings were long and sometimes overwhelming just because that I'm not that used to reading articles from social science fields.
mhm,
But the fact that we took those courses together actually helped me navigate and
mm.
prevent me from withdrawing from these courses as well. And
Yes.
yeah, it was a stressful situation, but at the same time, it was the supportive
Yes.
system.
Yeah, yeah. And I have learned like different ways to navigate. I mean, with you, like for
Mm-hmm.
example, the reading groups that we have, like
Mm-hmm.
assigning readings to assigning different readings to different persons, and then instead of reading the whole article, you do the conversation, because that's what I realized about the program.
Mm-hmm.
We and about the members of the program, we we like a lot of conversations happening, and we can see that in every activities, every events that
Mm-hmm.
he is holding. And then there are two more things that probably not dislike, but the
Mm-hmm.
realities we are facing. Like for example, research in any other context is actually stressful.
For sure.
Especially if you feel like you are not progressing enough. But I realized that, yeah, from my own experience as
Mm-hmm.
well, back in my country, and other stories that I hear from my other PhD friends, it's common across any program. And besides, I think one way to navigate this research challenge is that we must learn how to celebrate our progress, no matter how big or small it is. So there are various mechanisms by which we can do that within our school and even
Mm-hmm.
outside the school. And
Mm-hmm.
last one that I can think of, it's not really about this program, but the context of the program. So
Mm-hmm.
um, it's hard to be far from home. And it's
Oh,
costly to,
absolutely.
right, and it's costly to go home
Yes.
in East Asia.
Yes.
But that one is compensated by, the new community that I found here at Purdue,
Mm-hmm.
even outside Purdue. Yep.
Oh, yeah. I, for all three sources of stresses, I completely relate to these. Like, as an international student,
Mm.
the third factor is definitely inevitable, but it feels like ENE, especially our cohort, was very interesting that actually the US students from the United States were actually minority by number. So
Yeah.
that was very interesting as well. And yeah, I would like to head to the last question, and
Mm.
this is very important for new students. If you can go back to the freshman year of the PhD program, honestly, I wouldn't, but what would you do differently?
Uh, what would I do differently? Okay, so probably the skills that we have learned probably on the second semester and third semester in handling the readings
Mm,
would be very much helpful, if we started the program with those mechanisms in mind,
mm,
especially with a lot of readings that we have. So that would, like, probably coming from the present, so I know all of this strategy. So I would be asking you early on to, G1, let's try to do it together and so on.
mm.
And then second, this is very minor, but I feel like um for someone who is like buying a car, I mean,
Oh,
for someone who have an intention of buying a car. In my case, I bought my car during my second year.
yes.
I already have that intention. I could have bought it earlier, like during the first year.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I lost some opportunities as well. Within our cohort, within ENE, I
Mm.
wasn't able to attend some of them because I have to manage the schedule of the bus. But I'm grateful
Yeah.
so that there are also support mechanisms like carpool here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But you're starting from a stranger, and you feel
Mm-hmm.
it's not easy to ask for those help. But probably about buying a car immediately as you start the program.
Yeah, definitely relatable because we both from quite metropolitan area in our own country, and then coming here was very interesting because like car is technically our feet.
Mm.
So um yeah, I like without car, I can't even go to grocery or coffee shop. So I
And,
I know
mhm,
this is a lot of financial burden, but
right.
I highly
Actually,
recommend to get a car for
right.
sure.
And actually, commuting here takes a lot of time. I mean, I remember before during my first year, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Klondike area. I think you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
To campus, I have to spend like 50 minutes to 1 hour because I'm taking two bus routes to go here.
Oh,
So
yeah, you did. I remember
and
that.
that's why you were surprised in our classes I'm always early.
Yes, exactly. You were way too early there.
Yeah, so really like it's like comparing alternatives. So you're buying a car
Mm-hmm.
because you want to save some time, which
Mm-hmm.
is for something else.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have any plans to get a car, at least I highly recommend you to get an apartment that has a direct bus to
Right.
campus, especially engineering side of the campus. It's actually not a minor advice. It's very important and it impacts a lot of aspects of your PhD life. So it's not minor at all. And thanks for sharing your experience and thoughts. And honestly, the most unexpected thing was the accountant career that you wanted to pursue back in high school. And I hope that everyone can relate to your experience and listen to your stories as well.
No, thank you, June, for this opportunity.
No, thank you for your time, and I will let you know when this is uploaded to our ENEGSA YouTube podcast.
Okay, June, thank you so much.
Great. Have a great weekend, Maxell.
You too. Bye bye.